Hey, what's happening everyone? Journeyman here and welcome back to my Coventry City FIFA 18 career mode save. So, a couple of transfers since last time you joined us. Obviously, his transfer window is open, so a lot of activity. Let's go check it out. Take a look at some of those activities. So, first of all, going out the club was Medeiros. He went to Hazingor for £360,000. Guy wasn't good enough, so I sold him on. Coming into the club there, we signed Ivan Toney, who came in on loan for the rest of the season from Newcastle. And possibly the big money signing for me was Konsa from Charlton for 1.5 million. Now, Konsa is a out-and-out centre-half, and hopefully the future partner to go along with Willis as both of them continue to grow and develop as top talent. As far as Ivan Toney goes, his signing allows us now to play two up top. Toney is a slightly bigger striker than Diatta, much more physical in his approach, so it gives us kind of a dynamic target man poacher role up top. Now, if you look at today's team, you'll notice that Konsa and Toney are both inserted into the starting lineup. With that in mind, this is how now the bench looks. So Moraes comes in, obviously, previously third string goalkeeper, now our second. Camacho, Cannon, McDonald's on the bench now with Brown, Dominguez, and then Ponticelli. So if you look at the reserve squads, a lot of talented names in there. Some of these players will likely be moved on during the off-season. Players like Bennett, who aren't good enough. Conti probably get moved on as well. And then I'm looking to really grow and develop Bennett. Bennett is a young centre-half, only 17 years old. Definitely got a little bit of potential about him. He's only 5'9". That's a bit of a negative on him, but maybe he'll grow a little bit more in the future. So first and foremost, we take on Brentford at home for these for a couple of players' debut today. Obviously, it's a game we want to win. I want to keep our promotion push alive. I said in the last episode we're likely out of the race, but you never know in football. Just a couple of wins in a row, and might see a shoot at the table and challenge those playoff teams for that last playoff spot. All right, so here we go. A brand new formation and two brand new players to go onto the side. Let's see what these new boys can do. In fact, here's one of them now. Tony's gone straight through the middle. He's got Diatta to aim at. That's a fantastic cross. And it's 1-0 already. The two have combined to score an opening goal with literally within 2 minutes of the game. Ivan Toney getting beyond the last man, crossing in for Diatta, who smashes it in on the volley. Keeper got a good solid hand to it by the look of it, but unfortunately couldn't keep it out. Good pace there, decent dribbling, and that's a fantastic finish there from Diatta. The keeper almost did really well to save it, but 1-0 to the Sky Blue Army. Chance now for Brentford in the box. Haynes got a toe in, and he finally got his full foot on the ball, and he's going to clear it, but Mega gives it away cheaply, and the Brentford striker smashes it past the post. So 13 goals this season for Crepin Diatta. Not a bad return for the 1.5 million signing, and so far I'm very pleased with his development. There's a chance now for Tony on his debut. Surely 2-0. Looks a pretty good sign already, huh? Oh, here's another chance. Tony's thrown a goal again for his second in the game, perhaps. Took it wide, but smashed it past the goalkeeper. 3-0 within 20 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to turn into a riot. Oh, May gives it away dangerously here. Chance for Brentford to get back on the score sheet, and they have 3-1. Poor defensive error there from Mega. Gave the ball away far too cheaply in a dangerous area of the field. Good little through ball there and a good finish there from Murphy. 3-1, so maybe the game isn't quite done yet. Alright, so halftime is upon us. 3-1 up. Not much to talk about apart from the goals, obviously. Good start to the game for Tony there. Linking up with Diatta really well. Two good finishes. And Konsa's been pretty solid at the back. Nothing spectacular. Caught out of position maybe a couple of times, but still getting used to him. Apart from that, the new system is working okay. I'm finding that maybe Mega and Stevenson a little bit too isolated and may go to a flat 4-4-2 at some point in the second half to see how that looks. Good ball from Tony now. Jones is through on goal. Jody Jones has got a chance to make it 4-1 on his right foot. Good save there from the keeper. That's Stevenson. He's going to lay it all the way back to Haynes and reset the attack. Standing on the edge there looking for Jones. He found him. Jody Jones. Good block there from the Brentford defender, and it goes out for a corner kick. Good build-up play. Good chance there for Jonesy to get himself a goal. It's been a long time coming for him. Oh, here's Diatta now. Surely 4-1. Good save there for keeper, though. Good turn in the box there for Crepin, and good save from the keeper in the end, though. A goal here for Brentford wouldn't make things interesting. Got a chance now. They worked it well on the box, but straight at Reese Hall. Good save there from the 16-year-old goalkeeper. Looking really promising so far. Good start to the career for him. Ivan Toney now with the pace. He's got Stevenson inside of him. He finds him. Ben Stevenson, first time Fortunately, the defender did well to get back and put him off his shot, but good build-up play there. Here's Jordan Willis now looking to go all the way. He's got Tony, he's got a chance for the hat-trick now. Ivan Toney on his debut! Oh, off the inside of the post. Oh, he should have scored. Should have been his hat-trick. But fantastic run there from Jordan Willis. Graham has scored out of position here. Mega's tracking the man. Ball's put in the box. Easily clean there from Reese. Let's make a couple changes. Why not? Freshen some legs up. Everyone's played really well today. Let's bring on Brown left midfield instead of Jones. Bring on Dominguez. And who else do we have on the bench? Let's bring on John Cannon. Put him in front of the back line for Mega. A chance now in dangerous area for Brentford to maybe get back in the game. Ball's whipped in. Somehow we managed to win the header and get it clear. And here's a chance to counter-attack now. We've got some fresh legs going forward. There's John Cannon. There's one of them. That's a great through ball. Reece Brown's now through on goal. Surely this time 4-1. Taking the inside of his foot. Oh, off the crossbar. You've got to be kidding me. And awful effort there from Tony to finish up the game. But it looks like it's going to finish here 3-1. Disappointing display in the second half, but overall, really wasn't that bad a performance. There's Tony now, chance for his hat-trick. He's had plenty of chances for it, and unfortunately put that one wide as well. But what a debut from that man, that Ivan Toney. Looks like we've got a new star of the club born today. Been a thorn in Brentford side all day long. Physical, quick, good through balls. He's been a real handful. Really fun to play with him. So, yeah, good win. 3-1. Very happy with that performance. Alright, so here we go. Second game of the episode up against Wolves, this time away from home at Molineux. Tougher opposition, so I've gone to a flat 4 midfield. One change to the side. Reece Brown comes in for Tom Krause. Everything stays the same. You may notice, unfortunately, players are looking a little bit tired because the game was 3 days ago. So it's going to be a tough game, and we'll just have to see how it turns out. Alright, so here up against Wolves, a uber talented championship side. I'm not expecting as easy of a game compared to the last one. I'm expecting, honestly, to get my ass kicked, to be honest with you. Wolves are a very good team. But we'll just have to see. We'll compete hard and just hope for a good result. Oh, good interception there. Diarta's now through on goal. He's got Tony to the right of him. Oh, he cut inside instead. Oh, and he can't get a shot off. Why did you cut inside? Should have stayed wide for the through ball. Still, decent opportunity. Alright, corner kick. Let's see if we can do something for the corner kick this time. Ball's whipped in. We've got good header down from Conser. Easy save though from John Ruddy. Still, first chance for the new centre-half. Ball's whipped in. Grimmer with a header. Willis has got to get the second one if he can. Can't get there. The ball's bouncing in the box and Haynes finally makes the clearance and maybe sets up a counter-attack by mistake. It is Jody Jones. He's got Crepin looking for the through ball and he finds him. He's onside. Crepin turns to Tony in the box. Oh! A chance that was on the counter-attack. Ivan Toney really should have made it 1-0. Great counter-attacking football though between Jones, Diarta and Tony. Oh, there's a chance now. Jody Jones hasn't scored all season. Oh, and he yet to score again. Instead of cutting to his left, he went to his weaker right. Should have found the back of the net though. Glorious opportunity to make it 1-0. So far it's really been all the Sky Blues in this local derby. Or kind of local derby, I suppose. Good bit of skill there from Marshall. Now he's running at the heart of the defence, but Brown has got so much pace and skill. We're going to miss him when he leaves to Nottingham Forest next season. Alright, half-time, and it is still 0-0, so we're doing really well actually, creating quite a few opportunities. Really should be 1-0 up, or perhaps 2-0 up if Jody Jones had his shooting boots on today. And Ivan the goal scorer, had his couple of chances as well, but hasn't found the back end that quite yet. So we do have to keep an eye on though on fatigue levels. They are increasing, as you saw right there. And lucky enough though, I do have a plethora of options on the bench should I choose to use them. Good interception there from Reece Brown. Now he has Ivan in the box so we can look for him. Chips it in. Ivan Toney with a header. Oh, what a save there from John Ruddy. Still hit it straight at the goalkeeper. Should have done better there. Fantastic save in the end, but honestly, Ivan Toney should have really done better there with the effort. Now Stephen's going to whip this ball in. Good header there from, I think that was Jordan Willis there, rose highest, but couldn't get the header on target. Here's Neves now for Wolves. You know how dangerous the guy is. He's found Mason. Mason's found Doherty on the overlap. The Cannon's there to win the ball back. Unfortunately, can't keep it in. Let's sort of throw in for Wolves. They're putting the pressure on here at the end to try and snatch a winner for themselves. Here's Marshall now. Going to deception, but dirty muscles cannon off the ball. And that was a cross, definitely, but almost looped in that far corner. Reese Hall stood there like a statue, and I thought that was going to creep in, but obviously the goalkeeper better than I did, and goes out for a goal kick. Oh, what a through ball that is. Diata's now chance to win at the end. Crepin Diata! Oh, you fucking donkey. Crumbled under pressure once again. My speciality. Fantastic through ball from Ivan Toney and laid it on a play for Diata. But he smashed it over the bar, and that was the one real chance here in the second half for us to win it at the end. And unfortunately, it looks like it's going to end a 0-0 draw. Still a very pleasing result regardless. Wolves are, again, are a very tough team. So happy to get a 0-0 draw. But honestly, based on chances, we should have won this one. Alright, so after that 0-0 results, we currently sit 10th in the table. Only 5 points behind Huddersfield now, so we are catching them up. So it's going to be a very, very tough battle here at the end of the season for those playoff spots. As far as players coming in, I don't expect it to be that much more action, to be honest with you. We'll go through the transfer window in this episode, but I don't have a lot of money to spend. And unfortunately, I'm going to accept this bid, by the way. Marias can definitely, he can leave. I got a decent youth goalkeeper I can bring up in his place. But yeah, I haven't got much money to bring in players at all. As you can see, 700,000 wage budget is basically nothing. I perhaps could look at a loan sign-in. Let's see what's out there. We obviously bought an Ivan Toney, obviously on loan for the rest of the year. So maybe if we could bring another player, maybe a wide, maybe like a wide right midfielder, if possible. That might be actually a pretty decent sign-in if we can do that. Here's available: Aaron Wan-Bissaka, 6 foot tall, Crystal Palace right winger. Looks pretty good. Looks okay. Again, I'm not having had time to really scout any of these players, so I don't know what I'm buying into. That's always a risk, but at least you're getting a guy on loan. You're not getting him for the entirety of his career. I think I saw Harry Wilson was available, and that might be an intriguing little bid there for Harry Wilson. Very, very fast, very, very talented player. You know what? Let's try and bring him in. Let's why not? Let's give him a shot. Now he's a right winger, a bit more advanced player, but he could play where Jody Jones does. So let's go take a look. Let's see what it would take to bring this guy in. Alright, so approach to loan. Here we go. Alright, so short-term deal. So just for the rest of the year, that works out just fine for everyone, I think. Yep, Klopp is happy with that one. Now, they want us to pay £24,000 a week for him. I don't know if... I can afford it. Technically, I can afford it. I'm going to counter it, though. I'm going to do a 50-50 split. I think that's fair. 20,000 each. I think that's pretty reasonable. And in fact, Jurgen actually agrees with that. So we potentially do have a player coming in on the deadline day, Harry Wilson. That'd be a pretty exciting sign if we could get him in. We got a piece of news. And it looks like Charleroi want to try and bring in Wilson as well. And, yep, Charleroi, yep. And Lanchini, a transfer approach has been made for him. He's not under contract over the summer, and I'm probably just going to let him go. There's better options for me out there than Lanchini. And it looks like he has agreed to move to our club. So Harry Wilson is now a Sky Blue. Let's go take a look at him. Again, I didn't know too much about the guy. I know he's very talented, very quick. Let's take a look at his attributes, see if it was really worth bringing him in. Again, this is a shot in the dark to see if we can improve the team for the rest of the season. So it's 67 overall. That's not a bad little addition to the team. He's about the same level as Carl Bennett. That's a bad thing, isn't it? About the same level. You mean you could argue that he's about as good as Jody Jones. Let's take a look at his attributes real quick if we can. So pace 82, shooting 62, passing 60, dribbling 72, and physical 47. So he's a fast player, really, really fast. Gives us another option, can play right wing and left wing, so could potentially play left in the field when Tom Krause needs a break. So, you know what, that's not a terrible loan sign, and I'm pretty happy to bring him in for the rest of the year. Yeah, I'm paying a lot of money for him in wages, but it's not a big deal at all. So, let's go through the rest of the January transfer window and see if we have players going out. And that's pretty much going to be business coming in. I don't think anyone else is coming in, by the way, folks. Alright, so player has been sold. Dennis Moraes has been sold for £250,000. So frees up a little bit more money for the summer if you want to bring him in. But unfortunately, that means we don't have a backup keeper now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and bring in perhaps a free goalkeeper just the end of the season. Otherwise, I do have a pretty talented young goalkeeper in the reserves I could easily bring up. Let's just bring someone in who's going to be cheap. Let's bring this guy in, 6'6", Jordan de Halvand. Again, don't know anything about him. Probably going to be absolutely garbage, but you know what? It doesn't really matter. Alright, where is it? Transfer hub. Alright, let's find him. Alright, yep. Don't need a release clause. That's fine. All this boring stuff. And he wants £1,900 a week, so that's very reasonable for a backup goalkeeper. Again, don't know anything about him. He's probably complete garbage. Let's go take a look at our new backup goalkeeper. Where is he? 56 overall, yeah, so not quite as good as Moreira's, but still really good in this weak foot, apparently. He's left-footed and right-footed, so that's a good thing. Acrobatic goalkeeper, 6'6". Physical presence, but he's not getting any playing time, so it really was a very nominal signing. Alright, so here we go. Last hour of the transfer window. Looks like all deals are going to be completed here, and it looks like we're not going to be signing any additional players apart from De Violent and Harry Wilson on transfer day. So not a bad transfer window. Bought an Ivan Toney. We brought in our new centre half, Kansa. Harry Wilson came in on loan for the rest of the year. Then we bought up a backup goalkeeper as well as got rid of some Deadwood as well for some pretty solid transfer money. So before we leave though, what I'm going to do is I am going to take a quick look at our reserve side, our youth academy side, and show you what we have coming up in the ranks. So Gomez, a 50 overall 16-year-old midfielder, could potentially be a 94 overall. De Bruyne, the player I was talking about, Danny De Bruyne, 16 years old. We'll bring him up eventually to the first team once he gets enough training in. Callum Wilson is the guy I'm looking forward to seeing what he develops into. A minimum potential of 84, a high potential of 94. This kid could be special. He's only 16 years old. You're definitely going to see a little bit of him towards the end of the season. Eli Roth looks like a pretty solid midfielder. 89 potential, 52 overall. Big guy, German, 6'1", centre midfielder. Brendan Alexander, so-so left back. Harrison Davis, another player that's probably not going to make it. 58 overall, though. It's pretty impressive. And then Frank Graf, 56 overall, 16-year-old midfielder, 87 potential overall ability. So that wraps up this episode in a nutshell. Hope you guys did enjoy it. And what do you think of the new signings? Do you think any of them have a major impact on our end of season playoff push? This is how the table looks. As you can see, we are currently 10th place. Huddersfield are 5 points ahead of us. Then above them, you got QPR and Fulham on 47 points. Goal differences, not great in our favour. We've got a little bit of time to catch up. We keep winning. That'll definitely narrow in the future. But it looks like we're definitely going to solidify a place in the Championship, which is a great start. And then during the pre-season, we can definitely push on from here. Unless we get in the playoffs, of course, and the miracle happens and we end up getting promoted somehow. Don't really see it happening, but you never know in football. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to leave a like on it. If you want to see more from me in the future, please hit subscribe, turn notifications on. See you guys next weekend, and I'll see you folks in the next episode. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.